Today, maybe it's first time that I'm talking to more broad audience about how we did this application together and what is our vision of that. I can't see my... Okay. It's upcoming. Today in these upcoming few minutes I will talk about vision beyond 2022 and 2023, how we are going to imagine our city together in 2013, for example. So when we started to go into this process, all of us, we had meetings with cultural sector, with many of you in small groups, in bigger groups, discussing the matter and why we need to go for this. Many of our colleagues and friends from Vilnius said, "Oh, it's a very complicated process. It's a very complicated project. Just think 2 times before going for that." But a lot of Kaunasians, a lot of you, a lot of our current friends, we decided that Kaunas needs the title, and it's not about the title, but about the mood in the city and what we have and we need and we want to achieve through this process. Because our city experience actually quite a big loneliness, as Louis told that Liverpool shrinked 50%. Kaunas city also in last 25 years shrinked a lot. We lost 100,000 people, 25th percentage of population in the last 30 years. And actually we have 7 universities here and more than 40,000 students. But young people actually don't want to stay in Kaunas after studies. They are looking for possibilities to work in other European cities, in Vilnius, and live our city. And one of the reasons why it's maybe not enough contemporary culture for youth, not enough economics, creative businesses, and possibilities for young people to raise their families. We also felt that Kaunas city lacks public life in public spaces, and lack of community engagement was the case also. Only few community activities are very vibrant and vivid in our cities, but we're still living in our bubbles, don't talk a lot, too much with our neighbors, and do not recognize talents which we have across our city and Kaunas district. And of course, one of the most philosophical issues we tackled in our bid book and our aim expressed to European Commission in this competition, when we thought about our city as the place of temporariness, you know, our history of being temporary capital, and it's very nice slogan we invented in this process, that we want to leave our temporariness and feeling of being temporary and to become contemporary, to become something and to become the city which is actually open to innovation, open to communication, open to community inclusion and participatory culture. And we hope with this process as well to reach the city. We are much more connected together. And I'm very proud of the participants of this forum, because I saw on the list, and today in the morning we say hello to each other, the main operators of cultural institutions who are really the main stakeholders and main organizers of future 2022 projects. Almost all are here. And actually it's our project, it's our responsibility, and it's our chance to change our city in positiveness, in cultural thinking, and in being relevant city, being destination in Europe. So in the vision of what could be changed through this process of 5 years already, We believe that Kaunas will be known as a place of happy people and encouraging experiences. There, every individual is recognized, local artists are recognized, local communities recognized by local people and by also international audiences. We will pay a lot of attention to achieve community engagement. And this is one of the biggest goals of our program. If we have now about, let's say, 30% of population who are actively participate in culture activities, museum, gallery, theater proposals, festivals, we believe we can achieve through these 4 left years that at least 60% of population would tell afterwards that yes, I am participant of culture, and not only participant, I create my culture in my city, and I am proud living in Kaunas and in Kaunas district. We have vision to improve accessibility to everyone, infrastructurally and mentally, and also accessibility to foreigners, accessibility to people with disabilities, but also to our communities. Accessibility means much more than only infrastructural changes, which has to come up to our also cultural buildings, but it's more like that every feels he is welcome at our cultural events and institutions and organizations. And one of the biggest vision that Kaunas is actually a European destination for people who are looking for contemporary culture. They have in their head Wrocław, Liverpool, Kaunas as well. So that's how we think we could do that. So 1 year ago, Kaunas was titled after 2 years of competition process. Kaunas was titled for 2022, and the organization was established. Last year we had from 10 to 13 employed people, and now at the team we have 17 employed, and some people are working around with different kind of contracts, and we're trying to reach as many cultural partners to include into the program. But the organization is not that one stakeholder and not only one entity who will implement program, not at all. We see organization of Kaunas 2022 as actually more as a platform to everybody to unite and to join our ideas, activities, resources, human and financial resources, and to be as engine for those changes from shifting our paradigm from temporary to contemporary. And our program is not split, but it has some kind of steps, and is being developed in strategy which is about different aims during the year. So last year and this year we have ignition period, then we have to think very strategically. We are working in our team, preparing marketing communication plan, audience development plans, not only for organization but for all cultural sector in Kaunas and Kaunas district. We are working with experts, then we open calls for also cultural professionals, and we are aiming in these first years to create opportunities and possibilities for local cultural sector to be more and better networked in local scene and internationally. And this forum is actually what they expect. We have about 70 people from European countries, and during our breaks and lunchtime and evening talks, we are encouraging you local cultural operators to talk with international partners, to participate at parallel sessions after this keynote speech, and to make contacts, permanent contacts with them for the aim to create a program for 2022 and beyond that year. And most vibrant years will appear later on. So this year is mainly for strategic planning and expanding partnerships platforms. One more big and grand project we will have, it will be Summer Youth Camp, 100 first times. Then we expect more than 50 young people from abroad, from Europe, and about 50 from Kaunas and Kaunas district. And they will be starting also to create a youth program for 2022. And also, after camp days, we will be having a festival for all Kaunas citizens under the title 100 First Times in the middle of July. This year also we'll be inviting cultural institutions to join several capacity building programs, and also piloting in creating few, about 3 partnership-based projects together. And the most important years for programming of 2022 program are upcoming in next period. We call it agitation period. And especially in 2020, it is a year when we have all together among institutions, cultural operators, NGOs and artists to finalize the main schedule of 2022 program. 2021 will be already made totally for communication. Local, international communication program has to be set already. We have to publish it on our new websites. Books should be published, etc., etc. And production started. If we are planning to have huge public events and theater performances, big exhibitions, so artists will be contracted already. Institutions will be contracted, and they will be starting to produce program. And most inspiring, of course, is 2022 year. And then listening of our partners' experience, we now expect that about third part of activities together with local and international partners will be on the main responsibility of Kaunas 2022 organization. Up till now we count about 22 projects. It's 3 grand events we are planning for the opening, then middle year for the actually Kaunas days, and for closing. And we are planning these to be very massive events with great stories to tell. Our new legend will be expressed through these events. International Youth Festival and main events every month, one highlight event. Plus our partners events, we are having the title in 2022 together with Ash Suralizet from Luxembourg. So we will be having a lot of common projects and exchanges. Kaunasian artists will go to Luxembourg and vice versa. And we are proud to announce that our partners, it's you, who are listening today and who are here present and who will join later, they will be representatives, owners of another 60-70% of big programming. Each year has about 52 weekends, and we think that every weekend will be dedicated to some opening of some event, for example, music festival, jazz festival, photo festival, biennial, or grand event, forum, etc., etc. So there are 52 international shots planned now in our heads. We think that we can do it if our partners will take this kind of responsibility, and we are creating the program together. So, but there are 2 different things I want to finalize. One of these is expected impacts, and from the experience of other European capitals of culture, we know that participatory culture is expanding a lot. That number of visitors growing in cultural institutions, tourism rates are going up. We hope very much that the citizens' self-confidence will be improved. And capacities of cultural sector will be built up. Let's imagine that they used to work in local most scene, but now we will be visible internationally, and we will be partnershiping with international organizations. And we hope that citizens will create together a new legend of Kaunas, and this experience, of course, will be shared experience and shared legend for all of us who will participate. But the legacy is a more complex thing. The legacy, I mean, what will be left for Kaunas and for Kaunasians, for us as citizens, not only as cultural operators, but as citizens. And in many cases, we hope that infrastructure for culture will be adequate for contemporary art and the needs of contemporary audiences. That museums, galleries, and other cultural institutions will provide service to people, especially to youth, and we will have much more audiences. Accessibility improved. And youth stays in Kaunas because of good living conditions, work conditions, and cultural supply, that it lasts. And of course, one of the best legacies that Kaunas would be a destination of European and worldwide cultural tourism. So we still have to think who takes responsibility for the legacy of this project. And as Louis told very recently, that this shared responsibility, let's start thinking about our city. What can I do for 2022 and for 2025, for 2030, to my city to be place of dream destination, to be place to live fully cultural life, and a place where every talent and every individual is recognized. And we are hoping for extended support of all three sectors whose representatives are present today in this forum. So Kaunas cultural sector, Kaunas and Kaunas district municipalities will be supporting culture as much as they do now, and support this project very well, and we are very grateful for that. Also, government will support regional politics and will put their energy for the future of Kaunas district and Lithuanian culture. Thank you.
Virginija Vitkienė, thank you.